Hey, Buff Nation, voice of the bus, Mark Johnson here. Coming up this week in the Buffalo Stampede, we're talking a lot of basketball. We're going to talk with the head coach, Tad Boyle, plus Tad and I are going to have some fun with strength coach Steve Englehart to find out who's got the stronger ticker. Plus, we're talking women's basketball with J.R. Payne and Clay Miller, and we have a tribute to our friend, the legend, Larry Zimmer. All this week in the Buffalo Stampede. Will shovel off on the left-hand side. Cody Williams from downtown, right between the eyes. Buffs on top by 11. Here come the Buffaloes. Quick chuck ahead, taken by KJ. Right side from 18. Jumper up and good. That's a 50-foot assist by De Silva, and KJ knocks it down. He's in double digits. Dana Altman wants a timeout, and the Buffs are on top by 13. There's some great highlights for the Colorado men's basketball team as they get a 16-point win over the Oregon Ducks at the Event Center. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Buffalo Stampede. Voice of the Bus, Mark Johnson. We come to you from Corelli's in Boulder. We're out here every Monday night from 7 until 8 o'clock. You can come out and join us, have a great meal, enjoy some great Buffs basketball talk. And this week, Tad and I sat down talking about the victories over the Ducks and the Beavers. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Boys are playing well right now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's nice to have everybody back, although we didn't have Javon Hadley against Oregon State, which I found out. Is he doing all right? He's doing fine, okay. Yeah, I think. Right. Every day's a new day. You just come and say, okay, Raleigh, who we got today? Our trainer, Raleigh Klingsmith, does a great job.
What did you do, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know. I must have
black cat walk across the road,
yeah,
under a ladder,
walked under a ladder. I
break
did
a
something.
mirror.
Yeah,
whatever you did.
Maybe all the above.
Yeah.
But it's look, you take what you got, and the one thing about our team I like, Mark, is you don't want to get to this point, but like they're used to it. Like it's like our guys are like, okay, Javon's not playing tonight. Okay, no big deal. Let's go. It's not like, oh my God, we're out with this. And
right.
He's an important part of our team. There's no doubt. But boy, it's if we get the top 7 guys and our bench, kind of going together for 3 to 4 weeks, we got a chance to be as good as we've ever been.
Yes.
I mean, we really do. And without them, you got to ham and egg it a little bit. But that's why your bench is so important. That's why your role players are so important. That's why everybody that puts on that uniform means something. And when you're having a special year, everything kind of falls into place, right? You win your close games, your guys stay healthy, everything kind of falls into place. And when you're having, other years, it's like, okay, you got injuries or you're losing close games or whatever, and you just that's why college basketball is so interesting. It's a long season, and you don't know what. It's kind of like the old Forrest Gump line. It's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get, right? You just open it up and bite into that chocolate and say, oh, I hope it's something I like.
There are athletes that are beautiful to watch, right? There's the way they move.
Absolutely.
There's something graceful about them. And then there are guys like...
People used to say that about me.
I don't believe that for a second. I believe the description was 72 Ford that's only running on 7 cylinders. That's how they used to describe it.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Cody is one of those guys.
Oh, man.
I mean, he does things, and it looks effortless.
Yep.
And the stat line he put up the other night, I mean, he had 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 offensive, 6 of 10 shooting, 2 of 3 from downtown, 1 assist, no turnover, a couple of steals, a couple of altered shots. Coming back from the 7-game injury issue that he had, he's found a rhythm out there. He's playing phenomenal.
I think they call that smooth. He's just smooth,
yeah.
And it's like you keep pressing Cody because you feel like he can do more and more and more, but then sometimes you watch film or you look at that stat line, you're like, okay, he's doing a lot of this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, he's a special player, and we knew that when we recruited him, we knew that when we signed him, and now it's. Those games he missed were important games for him, I think, in terms of just getting experience. Because it's funny, at the end of the Oregon State game, you get the games in hand. And I told Coach Roan, who does our subs, I want to keep Cody in there. Like, he needs reps. He needs, to keep getting experience because, as we head down the stretch run of this season, we're going to need him on the floor. And I want him to feel as confident and as comfortable as he can feel. And he's getting there. There's no doubt.
Buffs now go back on the road. We leave tomorrow, head to Seattle. You've already played Washington State. Last road trip didn't go the way you want.
Nope.
New opportunity, 2 ball games up in the great Northwest. Give us a quick thought about the Huskies.
Then we go to Utah. So
That's
we had a 3-game road trip that did not end like we wanted it. We have a 3-game road trip coming up that we better take care of business in, and it starts at Washington on 8 o'clock on Wednesday, and that's Pacific time. So let me just
have a nap. By the way.
Let me just thank our fans. Holy cow, these late tips! I mean, you guys, they've just been absolutely phenomenal in terms of their support. But we got to be ready to go because I told our team today, Washington and Washington State both have the emotional edge, if you will, on us because we beat them, here a couple weeks ago. And so they're going to want some payback, just like we're going to want payback when Arizona State, and Cal come back to Boulder. So we have to make sure that our emotions and our attention to detail, and we're focused on what we need to do at a high level because it's not going to be easy, and they got some good players, and I can't wait for Wednesday night.
There's the head coach, Tad Boyle, as the Buffs get the sweep over the Oregon schools last weekend at the Event Center. Now they're on the road against the Washington schools this week. We're going to continue here on Buffs Prime Time as we come to you from Corelli's in Boulder. Up next, we're talking women's basketball with J.R. Payne and Quay Miller.
Quay Miller out of the timeout, goes strong to the bucket. Go to Sherrod. The call from their coach. Quay got a hand in there, and ball ends up in Kendall Weddis.
There's some great highlights of a top 10 matchup at the Event Center. Huge crowd in attendance. Buffs knock off USC back in the Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, here at Corelli's. We're out here Monday nights from 7 until 8 o'clock for Buffs Prime Time. And we were talking women's basketball with Quay Miller and J.R. Payne. Powered by Ford. Cars, trucks, and SUVs built for America. Built Ford proud. Quay Miller was outstanding, double-double on Sunday as she joins us here. Grad student for the Buffaloes. She's out of the Washington area. How are you?
I'm well.
Good to see you. How you been?
I
mean, you guys are playing fantastic. Are you having as much fun as it appears?
Yeah, I am having a lot of fun.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. This team is great to be around, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
Now, I got a kick out of it during the press conference the other day. Somebody asked you about, 4 or 5 top 10 wins already, and you're kind of making a big deal on this. You said, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
That was kind of matter of fact.
Yeah. It's just I don't really like talking about what's ahead. I just like people to know that we just show up and play. Like there's no pre-thoughts about it. We just scout them and show up.
When you're playing a game at that level, when number 2 was coming to town the other day, or number 5, I guess they were. They had been 2 the week before. Mm-hmm. Do you think about the magnitude of the matchup, or it's just the Bruins are on the docket, that's who we're going to play, I don't care about anything else but that?
Yeah, I think that I don't really think about who I'm playing until maybe after the game, depending on the outcome.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's really great playing against other great players like Charisma, Lauren Betts, and just being able to they called it a what's the fight? Oh, 2 heavyweights.
2 heavyweights, that's right,
yeah. After hearing that, I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this team so good? I know that seems like a simplistic question. You're talented, I understand that. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of teams that have talent. Yeah. Why is this team so good?
I think because we all have the same mission, and we had the opportunity to experience the program. And I think with that brought a lot of unity within the team and just brought a different side of us out. And we really just complement each other well and celebrate each other well, and I think that's one of our main reasons why we play so well together.
Last year, this team obviously made that Sweet 16 run, and you thought, okay, there's something here, right? A lot of people decide to come back, which is unique in college athletics right now. Did you come away from that run in the tournament extra hungry, thinking we want to take the next step? What did that do for you, kind of preparing you for this year?
Yeah, I think I just really did not want to leave college yet because in college.
Don't ever leave, by the way.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
It sucks being an adult. You don't want to do it.
And that's what I realized. Like, I put into my head, I said, go into the real world and really be an adult stay in college and be sheltered. And I just decided that I wanted to stay and be sheltered. And I just realized that this team had a lot a lot more to do, and it's just been proven, like, statistically, we go further every year.
Yeah.
So just knowing, like, that's something out there too, and not wanting to be grown, that's what really made me come back.
Quay, when you leave, life consists of getting yelled at by your boss and paying bills. That's all it is. Okay, so stay here as long as you possibly
Yeah,
can.
I figured.
This group is very tight-knit. Is that something that comes from what Coach Payne and the staff instilled in you as a group of players, or what?
I just think we just gel well together because we're so different and we have our unique personalities. Like, we just mesh well together, and then playing on the floor together where everyone's just so competitive. So we know at the end of the day, the group that we're with is going to come out and have the same edge that we have.
Are you a vocal leader on the court?
I would say so.
You talk a lot?
I do.
Do you? Do you yell at people?
I try not to.
Okay.
Unless it's to get them fired up or however they want me to approach them, that's what I'll give them.
Okay.
So
Quay Miller is awesome, isn't she?
Truly, truly awesome. I tell anyone that'll listen, we have some of the most incredible young women I've ever coached, on this year's team.
Right.
But Quay is just genuinely an amazing human being.
Yeah.
She really is. She's a great teammate. She's a great sister. She's a great daughter. She loves, like, truly, authentically loves people.
So remind us, you recruited her. She stayed in Washington, where she's from, and kind of got her the bounce back. Is
we
that
did,
right?
yeah. So we recruited Quay out of high school, loved her, spent a lot of time talking to her family, all that. And then when she decided to transfer, they had a coaching change, and even then, I think maybe her family was a little reluctant for her to leave home. But I think Quay recognized that this was going to be a great opportunity to go with people that she was already comfortable with. She already knew us, and that part was easy. But still, leaving home was difficult. It's been really cool to see her grow.
Before I ask you about the games, actually, I want you to comment as well about these folks out here and what they've done in your games and the crowds and the energy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's been, I just echo Quay's same sentiments. These ladies work so unbelievably hard, to prepare to be successful, and every single day they're working, to be great. And to have that many people finally, like, loving and supporting and encouraging and being present. People have supported for a long time, but to have that many people in the building celebrating them, is truly unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Do you notice that during the game, or you're so laser focused on the hardwood?
Yeah, you notice it because we're like, what are we doing? And I'm calling a play, and they're like,
they
what?
can't hear you.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually, it's been an interesting adjustment because we've never really played in front of that many people, certainly not at home. So things that we're having to do a little bit differently, make sure we echo the call, make sure we're all on the same page. I even told them, if you don't know what we're doing, just throw your hands up like this. I don't know. And then we'll do something different. But somehow, with 11,000 people there, you got to make sure we're all on the same page.
Earlier today, we found out that Jalen Sherrod was named one of the 10 finalists for the Lieberman Award for Player of the Year in women's college basketball. You and I've talked about her so many times, but she just continues to mature and grow as a player and is having a phenomenal year.
Yeah, and Jalen, like Quay, had a decision to make at the end of last season and decided to come back for a fifth year. I think for similar reasons, probably similar to Quay, in that she wasn't quite ready, for the real world, but also, I think came here to do something special. And even up to last year had done a lot of special things. Name is littered throughout the record books, but I think she figured one more year we could really, really make a splash. So.
Yeah. And he's having a great time. So once again, 10 finalists for the Lieberman Award. All right, this road trip you're going on. Oregon State, Oregon, quality programs, tough road trip, and then like you said, you're on the road the week after that as well. This is a gut check time.
It's a gut check. Yeah, this is a really tough stretch for us. Like, this is a time when certainly we'll be scouting and paying attention and focused on our opponent, but really, truly, we need to just be the best versions of ourselves.
Head coach J.R. Payne and grad student Quay Miller as the Buffs get the split against UCLA and USC. Colorado women now go on the road as the number 3 ranked team in the country. They're on the road against the Oregon schools this week. Coming up next here from Corelli's on the Buffalo Stampede, we're going to have a little fun with head coach Tad Boyle and strength coach Steve Englehart. We're going to find out which one of us has got the stronger ticker. That comes your way next. Give to Eddie the foul line. Hit from behind by Obekwe. Down the paint. Scooping up the window with the right hand. The collision. And then like a 270-pound ballerina.
Well, the Buffaloes get the sweep over the Oregon schools. Win by 33 over the Oregon State Beavers. Back in the Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. We're out here at Corelli's. Buffs prime time on Monday nights from 7 until 8 o'clock. During that OSU game, Tad Boyle and I wore monitors to see which one of us got the most excited and had the highest heart rate and exerted the most energy during a ball game. Overseeing this experiment was strength coach Steve Englehart.
Hey, how you doing? Today we're gonna do a little experiment. We're gonna be using our Polar Heart Team Pro to see who kind of gets more stressed out during the game, Coach Boyle or Mark Johnson. My hypothesis, Coach Boyle. Let's go. All right, fellas.
Be a big one here tonight.
Yes.
Steve-O.
Time to put these on.
Uh-huh.
Here you go, Mark. Put these on.
These are the monitors we're talking
These are the
about.
monitors we're talking about for the heart rate, so who's going to get more stressed during the game. And after the game, we tell you the results.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Usually cool, calm, and
Oh,
collected.
of course, Coach.
Yeah.
Of course, Coach.
Yeah, you are. Hey, no jumping jacks to the sideline. That's extra exertion. You can't do that.
I won't do that.
I
I won't cheat to win.
All right, we got the monitor on. It's a little bit tight and uncomfortable, by the way. I don't know how guys practice in this thing. But the idea is we're going to figure out how they gauge all of the athletes when they're practicing with these on, so they can find out how many calories they burn or what their exertion is and heart rate and that kind of deal. So anyway, I wonder if there's anything I can do to maybe burn more calories before the game that makes I burn more than Tad does. That'd be kind of fun. So anyway, I'm going to try.
There's a toss to the tap. It's a double tip by Tristan, and the Buffs will have it to start the ball game off. Fires a three, right between the eyes from downtown, and the Buffs are on top 5-0.
Well, Mark, I got some really good data for us for the game.
Well, I obviously won.
Well, there's no, I mean, there was a pure winner, and it was TB. But overall, y'all both won because we got to see what happens during the game.
All right.
Right? For instance, let's start with you, the voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson.
What'd I do?
Average heart rate for the game, 84 beats per minute. Max heart rate was 120. I'll let you know where that came from.
Wow.
Top speed was 6.4, but that was before the game when he was trying to beat Coach Boyle. When his max heart rate came at the top at 120 was when Cody's dunk, when you went crazy on the radio. Makes sense, right?
To the lane, and a slam with the right hand. Buffalo thrilled Cody, the McDonald's All-American, down the lane with the tomahawk with the right hand.
Coach Boyle, average heart rate, 94 beats per minute, just 10 more than you. Max heart rate, though, yours is actually higher. His was only 118.
Well, he's in better shape than I am.
Top speed, 4.4, and 759 calories burned, so he got you
more
there.
than I did.
He did. Total distance traveled for Coach Boyle, pacing up and down the sideline, was 0.35 miles. This is what I thought is going to be really, really cool to see. When Tristan came up and got fouled on the play, and people thought he hurt his ankle, it was only at 94, Mark. And I know you're invested in this team, but it was only at 94.
That goes to show you how much I care right there. I was concerned about Tristan at that time.
Yeah.
So my heart rate came down.
Yep. And
Very
then,
concerned.
you were concerned about him. I like
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
Tristan's injury, 101 compared to Mark's 94. I know he cares, but, it is what it is. But data don't lie. Now, I will tell you this. First 30 minutes of the game, Coach Boyle's average beats per minute was 96. Second half, 89. I mean, my man was prepared, and that's why Coach Boyle's second half heart rate kind of dropped a little bit.
Pass caught inside. Now he turns. Eddie caught it high. Turned and tomahawk with the right side. And Eddie's doing the Greyhound as he runs down court. Look at that dance by the big fella.
And I cheated every way I could to burn more calories than he did during the game. I got to be honest with you. What do you use on, not for you and me, it doesn't matter for you and a couple of old guys. From a player's standpoint, what's the value of all this stuff?
The heart rate's one thing. They also do the load, like how hard a kid is working, over the course of time. And so the data is the data. And so whether it's heart rate, whether it's load, whatever it is, it's great information for you as a coach. And then and Steve does a great job. I mean, his staff does a great job as far as communicating that to us and to the players.
Well, the monitor tells us that Tad actually burned more calories than I did during the ball game. But one thing's unmistakable. There's no doubt he and I should see a cardiologist after what we just went through during that ball game with OSU. Coming up next here to Buffalo Stampede, a somber moment. We've lost a legend in my partner and friend Larry Zimmer. We're going to pay him tribute when we come back here in the Stampede.
Here is the give to Salam. Salam to the outside. He's down to the 50. He's got 2,000. He's on his way.
There's one of the iconic calls of legendary voice of the Buffs, Larry Zimmer. Rashaan Salam surpassing 2,000 yards on his way to a Heisman Trophy in 1994. Nobody did it better. When Zim was at the mic, all of Colorado felt as if they were sitting in the stadium along with him. On Saturday night at 6:15 p.m., Zim passed away at the age of 88 years old. He was surrounded by his loving wife, Bridget, and his entire family, and all of Buff Nation mourns. Zim at heart was a journalist, and so was all about the facts. So let me tell you the story of Larry Zimmer, the broadcaster.
I'm Larry Zimmer, and back in my 42 years of doing Buffalo football, we have a lot of good memories. And what I thought at the time was a signature victory for Coach Bill McCartney.
When it was all said and done, Zim was involved in either play-by-play or commentary duties for 50 college football seasons, 42 with CU, and 26 seasons with the Denver Broncos among his many assignments throughout a 7-decade broadcasting career dating back to his college days at the University of Missouri. At CU alone, he was behind the microphone for 486 football games, 22 bowl games, along with 525 men's basketball contests. That adds up to 1,011 overall games.
The ball's in the air, caught! Colorado scores! The ball was tipped, and the Buffaloes came up with it. Time has run out. Colorado has won the game.
Well, those are the raw numbers of Larry Zimmer as a broadcaster, but it doesn't tell the entire story. Let me add some depth to it and tell you about Zim, the man. When I came on board as the play-by-play announcer for the Buffaloes for the 2004 football season, the transition was seamless because of the professionalism, kindness, and graciousness of Larry Zimmer. His endorsement and acceptance of welcoming me into the booth was a signal to Buff Nation that this new kid should be given a chance by the fans. For 12 years, Zim was my mentor and partner calling CU football. He showed me the ropes and filled in the gaps in my knowledge of what it meant to be a Buff. In the ensuing 8 seasons following Larry's retirement, he became one of my greatest cheerleaders. Frequently, I'd receive a heartwarming text from Zim simply saying, "Great broadcast on Saturday. You and Gary did a nice job capturing the game for all of us listeners." The past week, while Zim's health was in decline, was tough. Most days I'd visit him in the hospital and we'd sit and talk about what was happening with the Buffaloes. I'd read him scripture, and before I left, we'd pray together. I mourned for his wife Bridget and his family at his passing, along with all of Buff Nation. I'm saddened at the passing of the legendary voice of the Buffaloes and my partner. But most of all, I miss my friend.
What a story! I admit, I'm choked up. I tell you, what a golden moment.